यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे.
Good morning, my dear loving children. I think I am appearing for you after a gap of few days, maybe around 3 or 4 days. You can call it, so what a kind of catastrophe you are committing. Catastrophe. It was expected that I should be appearing with some kind of, I wouldn't call it a lecture, but I would call it, something, which really gives me a great kind of satisfaction when I publicly I am on air with my children, with a message that I can communicate something with my overwhelming experience that I can share with my children so that they can learn some of the basic things, how to study, how to empower yourself. Especially English is such a language wherein if you do not have very good confidence, and confidence you cannot generate by mere talking, it has to have some kind of substance before you, and that substance is in form of word power, which time and again I have been reminding you, warning you, always trying to persuading you, motivating you and encouraging you at times that you must develop the habit of speaking these words. As you know, my dear loving children, that communication converts knowledge into power. Your power is not what you have in form of wealth. Your power is your communication skill. How better you communicate, that much stronger you are in this world, digital world. Now, let me come back to the word catastrophe. What does catastrophe mean? This word, not only this word, any word has different situational meaning. It may vary or it might have different connotation depending upon what kind of circumstances that you choose to use this word in. Now, I'll give you some sort of scenario in which this word can be used. Catastrophe. C-A-T-A-S-T-R-O-P-H-E. Catastrophe. Now, the literal meaning, that lexiconic meaning of catastrophe is a sudden violent event that brings about great loss or destructions. Recently, you must have seen so many, what is called thunderstorm or great, oceanic storm that struck the shore of India, different parts of India. So that was a catastrophe, and catastrophe always brings bad luck. It brings destruction. It brings kind of, cacophony. It's not a peaceful affair. It's full of violence. It's full of destruction. It brings all kind of bad omen, because this is not prepared. It takes you by surprise. It catches you unaware. So, catastrophe. So, what is the mantra that you have to learn the meaning through? First of all, you have to look for its synonyms. And before going for its synonyms, you have to look for its meaning in dictionary. And once you look for its meaning in dictionary, just try to understand one meaning. It gives you so much of confidence, so much of elan, and so much of positivity in you that you feel that you are a man on the top of the world. You feel that you are so smart that you can conquer anything. And how can you conquer? The best way to conquer any kind of debate or declamation is through the process how you communicate. And communication skill is one of the most powerful skill which really enhances your personality. It really puts your elan on the top gear. You can really conquer somebody by mere statements which really makes or mars anyone's confidence on that very spot. So catastrophe in our home also. Normally we use this word catastrophe. What a kind of catastrophe it was there. It was an opportunity for you, but you missed the goal. It was really catastrophe. It was just lurking on the edge, but you just missed it out. So catastrophe, the word, I'm again using the word, again and again I'm using the word catastrophe. It's very easy for me that I can use the word, its meaning, give you a few synonyms, antonyms, and thank you very much. But idea is not that. Idea is that I should use the word so many times that it should really reverberate. It should really percolate from different sides to your brain. जैसे कहता है ना, नट बोल्ट कसा जाता है स्क्रू ड्राइवर की तरह. So my aim is, my purpose is that I should fix it up to your cerebral cortex, medulla oblongata, that kind of the faculties which are really responsible for remembrance, which entails and makes you remember the words or the sentences or the circumstances which is going to be narrated before you. So, my dear children, let us look for its meaning. Catastrophe means a sudden or a violent event that brings about great loss or a destructions. What is this corona? It's a catastrophe indeed. We were not prepared. In the first week of March, we were totally unaware. What is this all about? And if we are so pronounced in denouncing a sentence or the circumstances, we say, what the hell this corona is all about? We say that. Though it's in a form of slangs, but we normally use these kind of sentences. We were not aware. But when it struck, some say it is a Chinese corona and all those kind of course it is there is no authentic source of information, but every fingers prod at China. It is of course Chinese made disaster to the world. So once it spread and engulfed the whole world, then it became a catastrophe. एक ऐसा महामारी, ऐसा हादसा अकल्पनीय, असोचनीय, है ना, हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, that becomes, its magnitude becomes so huge that lakhs and lakhs of population from the world over that got engulfed. They were all put to death by this destructive corona virus, and still it is not showing any sign of its relentlessness. We are still under the fear of its catastrophic nature. So now let us discuss some of the more facets of the world catastrophe. Calamity. Calamity. What is calamity? It's kind of situation which is totally unheard of, which people are not planned. They were not planned to tackle. But all of a sudden it happened. In Bihar, in area like around Kosi, natural calamity happens every year. In Assam, natural calamity in form of flood, predominantly in the river Brahmaputra, is a natural and annual occurrence. Every year it happens. Natural calamity of huge magnitude, which human beings sometimes fail, and hundreds of people, they die because of this calamity. That is called catastrophe. Debacle. Now it would be debacle if India and Pakistan, China really come together against each other on confabulations and finally skirmishes leading to a full-scale war. That would be debacle for ongoing industries. The pace, the skill that we have developed for to be utilized in the developmental aspects of the nation, the scale and speed with which we were moving towards for making our India self-reliant and independent and a power to reckon with, that would be facing debacle because our resources would be misutilized. That would be diverted to an area which was not planned. Normally when you read 5-year planning, there is a planned expenditure and there is a non-planned expenditure. What are these non-planned expenditure? These non-planned expenditure are those expenditure which were not planned in the budget. Therefore, there was no allocations. Therefore, you must be finding Prime Minister's Relief Fund. What is that Prime Minister Relief Fund is all about? It is to meet the contingencies which are not planned, which are not foreseen, which has not been prognosticated, which had not been apprehended, जिसकी कल्पना नहीं की गई थी. जैसे कोई वॉर हो गई, कोई डिजीज़ कोरोना टाइप का आ गया, महामारी कोरोना टाइप की आ गई, बाढ़, कभी सुनामी टाइप का विपत्ति जो आती है. These all come under the category of catastrophe, debacle, disaster. America is saying that it's a man-made disaster. First, it killed some of the population, minuscule population of Chinese, but they were very successful in disturbing that economy and the tranquility of the world community at large. Why? There was a business behind. They wanted to sell their product and earn more and more. Chinese, I'm talking about the Chinese. Otherwise, how can it be possible that except for Wuhan, no other cities were inflicted with coronavirus? It means it was not only man-made, but it was well orchestrated. They planned it so beautifully that disaster, that catastrophe, that was confined, that was localized to a small area of China. Tragedy. Tragedy which was percolated in entire world. That was, the seed which was sown by the Chinese. That tragedy spread far and wide. It no longer confined to the boundaries and the territories of China, though they were very successful in containing to a small portion of China, to the city or the province of Wuhan, but they successfully got spread to the world population at large. So, catastrophe and large was spread by the Chinese to the world community. Now just see what are the word related to it. If there is a world war, that is again a catastrophe, there would be a bloodbath. So that would be another word which would be related. The close kin, the corollary of these words are similar or identical. Bloodbath, collapse. How the economy collapsed under the Great Depression 1933 to 1936. Everything was there, but there was no purchasing power. That was a Great Depression. So there was a great collapse in the economy. Meltdown, economic meltdown. Then you have doomsday. Just imagine if there is a nuclear conflagration. What would happen to the world? It would be doomsday, economic collapse, humanism collapse. So that marks to the doomsday to all sectors of the civilization. Upheaval. What happened? If there is a tragedy which hits a country, there is an upheaval, societal upheaval, political upheaval. उथल पुथल जिसको बोलते हैं. misadventure. So these are some of the words which are nearly, near to the word catastrophe. Now listen to the word antonyms of catastrophe. Catastrophe means something very bad. God sent, when something is sent by the God, that has to be very, momentous, very enjoyable, loving. Windfall. These are the words which go in the positivity. So, in this time, when the results of class 10s are out, boys are seeking their admission in class 11th and 12th, and those who scored better marks and successfully managed to pass class 12th, they are moving towards the universities, the colleges for undergraduate admission. It is my good luck to them. It is my good wishes to them. But word of caution and care is always there. Don't get so ejaculated that you forget the basic thing which you have to remember. If you want to be a very good speaker, if you want to be a very successful speaker, then you have to learn good word power. And when I say good word power, it doesn't mean that you have to simply pick up a word and start rotting it. No. You have to simply catch a word. Very simple way of learning. And munch it out. Catch a word, munch it out. How? There are 3 stages. Just catch hold of a word. Remember its meaning by looking its meaning into dictionary. Once you learn the meaning of the word, then look for its synonyms and antonyms. Once you have done that, I think 50% confidence is under your control. Next stage is you start practicing by constructing sentences and speaking in front of the mirror. Mirror will never lie you up. That will tell you what are the ways, how you react, how you look like when you falter and when you speak positive, when you speak fluently. How smart you look, your mirror will tell you. So, make very good friends in mirror and dictionary. The words will make you a very smart boy and a girl. Keep my words in your mind. Try to remember at least 10 words. 10 multiplied by 4 words, 40 words, that is 400 words. You are going to be superpower. You are going to be super boy, super girl. Nobody can beat you. Though it looks very easy for me to narrate it, but in fact it is easier, it is easier than said for you to implement it, provided you have the will to do that. If you can think today that I shall do it tomorrow, tomorrow shall be yours. Thank you very much.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय